Greetings and salutations, my great people. It's your boy, Blitz Renegade, and you already know what it is. I'm back again to film, just basically put in my 2 cents on the 2 releases over the weekend. We're going to jump right into it, but before I start, thank you guys for tuning in to the Royal Red Zone channel. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're old to the channel, thank you for coming back and checking in with your boy Blitz Renegade. So, over the weekend, there was 2 releases. I'm sorry for all this background noise. I'm driving right now. I'm just driving, so if you hear, a bunch of background noise, it's just driving. But don't worry, I am hands-free, because I live in a hands-free state. So don't worry about me, I'm hands-free. So I'm basically just talking into the phone. But, let's get into it. Over the weekend, Carlito and R-Truth were both released. Now, there is a huge outcry due to R-Truth being released. And I want to look at it from both sides. Like, I'm upset about it just as much as everybody else is. Like, I'm upset about it too. But I want to play that devil's advocate. Kind of like what the hater did. The hater, basically his points were, R-Truth played a retard for the majority of his career. Just a dumb guy who would come into just regular matches and bring in a ladder and try to climb up the ladder to win. He would join the women's the women's Royal Rumble and get thrown out. He would get jobbed out by, just trash people. Like, he was never doing anything, like, serious, He was always a comedic relief character. He could have been a serious character, but they never wanted to put him as a serious character. They just wanted to have him out there playing around and being a jokester. Now, do I think... like, they had a whole segment of R-Truth, like, making people break character. And I guess the haters said that the people weren't really breaking character, they were in character, and they were, like, just going along with it, like, that's their character. To that, I kind of can see both sides. Like, I definitely think that Brock Lesnar and all them, like, thought that was funny. Like, when he said the Paul Heyman thing, like, you're gonna go over the top rope. Like, that was funny, because I'm sure Paul Heyman, or Brock Lesnar was imagining Paul Heyman going over the top rope, I'm just thinking about it right now, laughing about it. And it's not funny, like, like ha-ha funny. It's more of like, it makes you kind of smile and laugh. Like, it's not super funny, but it's a good comedic relief. Like when he called Triple H Tommaso Ciampa, it's just stuff like that. That if you're, I don't know, it's like you can't think too deep into it. You just gotta go with it, because he's just an idiot. He's just a funny, and he's bubbly. He's a bubbly, funny guy. Like, same as Carlito. Carlito came back and he helped out the LWO. He came back and helped Rey Mysterio when he fought, I think it was at Fastlane, I want to say. I think I was there with my girlfriend. In Indianapolis, I think Carlito returned, and he helped Rey Mysterio beat the Street Jobbers and the almighty Bobby Lashley. I want to say that that's when Carlito returned. They did a little program, Carlito was face, and then he turned heel, and he joined the Judgment Day, and he's been in the Judgment Day. He's on TV every week. So it just doesn't make much sense as to why Carlito also got released. But I won't lie to you, a lot of the YouTubers that I listen to, they all are saying that Carlito, is basically, he should just get, he should get released. He's stealing money anyway. And he even put that in his tweet, that I've been stealing money. So, Carlito isn't as, like, surprising or as shocking, or, like, Carlito's more upsetting because he's bigger and honestly better than a lot of the people on the roster, just like R-Truth. They're honestly better than a lot of the people who are on that roster, and if you use them properly, I mean, I could say that about anybody on the roster if you use them properly, but them two, especially, because they came up in when wrestling was actually good. Like, I was listening to, who was I listening to? Stevie Richards, and he was saying that, R-Truth was there in the last year of the Attitude Era. He was there in the 90s. So he's been in WWE for 23, 24, 25 years. I know he left and went to TNA for a while. But, you know, they just were. I think that I don't think that WWE. I think WWE did them wrong by not using them in the way that they should have been used. By making them look like idiots, making them look stupid, and then milking them for all that they had, and then just releasing them. Especially R-Truth. And honestly, Carlito, you're in the biggest faction on Raw. They both got done wrong. But R-Truth, I want to speak on him, because he just went. He was the Awesome Truth with Miz. He did the Awesome Truth thing. He was in segments on TV with Triple H doing the Tommaso Ciampa thing with the Miz and Adam Pearce. And he was, he had the segment about with Damian Priest, and he was in the Judgment Day for a little while. They all were in those comedic segments. And they're in the biggest program on the shows, at least. Even if they're not at main events, or not main events, but even if they're not at pay-per-views, they're still being used week to week. They may not be wrestling, but they're still being featured on the show every week. And then just what kills me is the whole R-Truth thing with John Cena just this last week. Now, you could have had R-Truth beat John Cena. It wasn't for, knowing what we know now, it wasn't for the belt. And if R-Truth was just going to get released, why didn't they just have him beat John Cena and just go over? Why did John Cena use the title belt and cheat to beat him in just a singles one-on-one match? What was the point of that? So, I'm just lost, because I know Carlito, if he were to start selling merch or anything like that, he would for sure be a top merch seller. There's no way. You can't tell me he wouldn't be. And then I heard the Ron Cena, the little R-Truth gimmick shirts, that was one of the top selling merch this week. So anybody who draws, anybody who makes money, anybody who's on the show week to week, every week, putting in their all just needs to be fired? Is that what it is? For these AEW and Jeff Cobb and for all these indie people, we're going to get rid of our WWE lifetime people. And I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. A lot of people are upset because we're watching you get rid of all the WWE lifers, and then you're like Braun Strowman, for example. What would make you get rid of a Braun Strowman? You see a Braun Strowman, you can use this guy for so much, just because, off of how big he is alone. What would make you want to not have a guy like that on your roster? He's larger than life. So, I think that's what it is. If you're in the WWE and you're slightly over than what they want you to be, that's surprising. You know how everybody always says Cody Rhodes is he reinvented himself and stuff why hasn't Cody Rhodes been fired then? If he's so over, I'm just at a loss, because I just don't get it. You got Braun Strowman, Carlito, R-Truth, all larger-than-life characters, people actually like them, and this is bad for the casual audience, because my brother hasn't watched WWE in a long time, and I texted him yesterday, and I'm like, WWE just released R-Truth, and he was like, man, and obviously he's 53 years old, the wrestling aspect of it, he can still go, he can still move, but it was probably time for him to stop wrestling. But like I said, he's one of the best performers. He can do more. He can be a ref. He can be a backstage talent. He could be an ambassador. He could be like Natalya and be a coach. There's a lot. He could be a commentator. There's a lot of things that WWE could have made room for him and Carlito and Braun Strowman. There's a lot of things that they could have had them do. And I just don't like that they're bringing in all this AEW, former AEW, and indie wrestlers that, quite frankly, nobody knows or cares about, and they already had their chance in the WWE. Rusev, and who else did they bring in? A-Lister Black, and Mariah May, and Jeff Cobb. These people all already had their chance. The people who I'm naming off are solidified. People actually know who these people are, and they want to see them succeed. We wanted to see R-Truth, accomplish actually something and not just play a retard, And he's, quite frankly, more entertaining than all those people I just listed off combined. R-Truth has more charisma in his pinky finger than A-lister Black and Jeff Cobb. He has more charisma in his pinky toe, in his pinky, than any of them do in their entire body. So, Carlito, the same goes for Carlito, and the same goes for Braun Strowman because of just how big he is. So, and then the last thing I wanted to say about this was the what they did on SmackDown was just absolutely disrespectful to everybody. It was just a slap in the face to the fans and to the talent in the back. You have R-Truth losing to Jeff Cobb, and it basically was just solidifying that, your time is up and his time is now. Basically, that's what they did, slap in the face. Because you knew that Triple H and all that, they knew that he was gone. So, and Triple H is the head of creative, there's no way he didn't know. It was Friday to Sunday. You think he just found out on Sunday and was like, no, he didn't. And then I heard that Road Dogg put a tweet up, basically saying he loves Ron Killings, which is R-Truth's real name. He said that he loves him, and, that post got deleted. So, it's just weird. Shout out BC Amplified. It's just weird. So, that's my 2 cents on the whole matter. Let me know down in the comments if you agree, disagree. I don't know what everyone's thinking, but I know that everybody's outraged. The hater had me dying of laughter, because he said everybody's acting as if, like, a prime Undertaker got released. He's like, this guy is a 53-year-old, jobber. And unfortunately, that's just the role that they had him in. But if the people are upset about it and they love it, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's what the people liked and wanted. So, we'll see if this means anything or if this does anything, because the fans are very fickle and fair weather. I hope that the fans will say something and actually show the WWE, we don't care about Worlds Collide. We don't care about Money in the Bank. Like, we don't care about this stuff. We wanted R-Truth. We wanted Carlito. We wanted, these wrestlers. We want to see our people win and succeed. And you're not putting the right people over. You're putting over these skinny jobbers like, this is going to be a whole different video, but Finn Balor. You're putting over people like that. And so, I don't know. We'll see. So, alright guys, thank you guys for tuning in to the Royal Red Zone channel. I'll be back this Saturday with my Money in the Bank review, and probably a Worlds Collide, not even a Worlds, I'm probably not reviewing that actually, but I'll be back. So, thank you guys so much. I didn't say this in the last video, you guys should have got on me. No holds bar, no flags thrown, and sometimes no fouls drawn. Your boy Blitz Renegade is out of here. Everybody have an awesome rest of your week, and we will see you guys on Saturday, Sunday-ish. Peace.